Hey everyone, we just want to give a big thank you to you all, our community. We absolutely love all the engagement, and we really look forward to giving you all far more content about sustainable living and circular systems. Because all the interest that you all have shown in these circular systems here at the Acorn Land Lab, we were invited by the Weather Channel to do an interview. So today we wanted to share that interview with you all.
We've been talking about food waste prevention all week long, and that's because when food rots in a landfill, it gives off methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. But did you know there's a way to capture and use that methane instead?
This is a methane digester, and it's my favorite system here at our land lab. It gives us 2 hours of cooking fuel a day and gives us liquid fertilizer, and we no longer have to rely on store-bought gas. We first start by filling it up with 1,200 liters, or 317 gallons, of water. We then add cow manure, which gives it anaerobic bacteria. Once the initial setup is done, we then add 1.5 gallons of food scraps a day. That can be anything from vegetable scraps to bones. The best input, though, are starches. The bacteria then breaks down all the organic matter that we put inside of it. This creates natural methane. The methane collects in the top bag, but first it goes through a carbon filter, which takes care of the odor. To pressurize the methane gas, sandbags are built into the system to weigh it down. We can now turn a valve on, which will send the methane to our cooktop stove. The 1.5 gallons of organic waste gives us 2 hours of cooking fuel a day. Everything else that's not turned into methane is turned into liquid fertilizer, which we give to our plants. This system helps prevent 6 tons of CO2 emissions a year.
And that is just the start for the team at Acorn Land Labs. Joe and Kemble Hildreth join us now to talk to us more about this idea of living off the grid. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, depending on where you're watching. All right, so you guys have a lot of systems here. That was kind of a quick snippet of how we could actually use some of the stuff we're doing anyway and kind of stay off grid.
Right.
What made you come up with ideas like this?
It started by learning more about local food.
Okay.
Just realizing that our food comes from thousands of miles away, and that's brand new for us as a human species.
Right.
So learning about growing the food locally, what can be produced in a backyard? What can be produced and grown within 20 miles of your house? From there, what happens to the trash you throw away?
Right, we talk about that a lot.
What happens to the paper towels, the carbon, the sticks, the leaf scraps, the food waste? That's such a huge one. We waste close to half of the food grown in the US. And all those methane emissions could be captured and used for cooking food or generating power.
So walk us through a little bit about what you do to self-sustain.
Absolutely. So we want to show people that anyone with a small amount of space, even a patio, ideally a smaller backyard, can implement these systems. So often we hear about big projects that seem distant and unattainable for the average person. We are all about setting up small-scale systems, whether it's a few solar panels, a methane digester, rainwater collection, solar ovens, things that people can do in their backyards, and it truly makes a difference.
And you can be in an urban environment, might we add. You
Absolutely.
don't have to be in the rural spots.
No.
Joe, you obviously looking at that video that you did, you've got that social media presence. It seems like it's a complicated issue. You make it very simplistic. When I get it, is it actually simple? Did it take you a long time to figure out how to use some of these things?
No, not at all. So for me, coming into this, I was kind of like, there's a lot going on here. But once I did a deep dive on the systems and worked through it, I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Because for me, it just working on these systems, it gave me more freedom. It leads to a healthier lifestyle that I really enjoyed. And through that, I've just come to really appreciate all these systems that we work on. So it's been really neat to see, thousands and thousands of people give us so much feedback on these systems. They're like, oh man, that is so much more simpler than I thought it was.
Right.
This is just incredible. So it's been awesome.
Okay, so are you able to quantify the positive impact that you've had on the planet so far?
We're gathering data every month.
Okay.
So last year we grew over 1,000 pounds of produce in the garden. No synthetic pesticides, no synthetic fertilizers. We're composting all the biomass from our little neighborhood. We'll offer to mow the neighbor's grass if we can keep the grass clippings.
Oh, wow.
So we take food waste from our kitchen, we take food waste from local restaurants, and instead of that going to the landfill, we're turning it into the methane, we're turning it into liquid fertilizer, and the methane is used to cook food on site. We've got a little tiny house on the land lab to show people what sustainable shelter looks like. So many people in our generation and other generations are having issues with housing affordability.
Right.
So all this is connected.
Right.
We see it helping everyone improve their savings and bottom line.
So the video we saw, I believe it was the methane
Digester.
contraption digester.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yep.
And you could help that power your oven or your gas grill.
Gas grill.
You gentlemen were telling me about something different. It was a solar powered oven.
Yes, that's right. So we are huge fans of the GoSun line of products. We don't have a relationship with them right now. We just like to use their tools. But they create these solar ovens that use a parabolic mirror to then focus sunlight on a vacuum tube where you put food in. And you can cook.
And it heats it up.
Yes, heats it up.
So Joe, the reality is, do we need everything that is given to us in the modern day world to survive right now?
No.
Right?
In the modern day world, absolutely not.
I mean, you don't need electricity or anything like that. I guess my question is how, when it comes to finances, you know, a lot of us struggle to pay the bills every month and it can be a little daunting. You got your mortgage, you do have your utility bill. But when it comes to these products,
Right.
Can they be expensive? Are they expensive? What can we expect?
There is an upfront investment, but when you calculate what can be saved in the long run, they're so worth it. Because these systems, we call them circular systems, they don't produce toxic outputs. The methane digester creates liquid fertilizer. We have a biochar system for producing heat, and the byproduct is biochar, which is just pure carbon that we inoculate with nutrients and put in our compost to create more soil. So all of our systems are doing double duty.
Dang.
I mean, so you guys are doing big things. It's amazing what you do, but it also can be maybe if you're people looking like a little overwhelming for them. So
Right.
what tips would you give? Like, how can you start to try to make the planet a little bit better?
Absolutely. We have a background in technology. Half of our team are engineers. We've been working on a line of sensors that have given us the data from our environment, because every corner of the world has a different environmental condition set. Those sensors are products that we're connecting schools with, individuals with. You gather data from your site, and then our software shows people what they can do system-wise on location.
That's
Wow.
So we're building a
That's good.
drag and drop simulator where people, you know, let's say you're in North Dakota. You plug in your environmental conditions, rainwater, max and min temperatures, humidity, and then you can drag and drop, like, would my methane digester work there?
Yeah.
How about solar panels?
Yeah.
What about a house that's got, you know, some type of eco-insulation? How's that gonna interact? Because we want people to see how simple this can be. You just have to be able to see the data first. So
Right.
start with the data and then play from there.
So
Wow.
funny. We are advancing in technology, but we're kind of going back in time.
Yes.
The simplicities of life. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being with us. It's cool. The videos are pretty inspiring for anyone who's interested. This is Joe Kemble Hildreth from Acorn Land Labs. Of course, as we said, we appreciate your time. And you guys can find more of their educational videos on TikTok and on YouTube. And it'll make you probably want to go out and do the same
I
thing.
know, it's so exciting for sure. Thanks for being here.
Thank y'all so much for watching and just being such a vibrant, engaged community. It really means so much to us, and we're so excited to be part of this journey with you all. Our next scheduled video is a Q&A, and we'll be going over every question that we've gotten from you all, whether it be from Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or other platforms. The Q&A video ended up being twice as long as expected, which we absolutely love. So it's been pushed back a week. Thank you so much for your support and engagement. We'll see y'all soon.